Hi guys, Konstantin here. How you doing? Today I'm gonna be unboxing a Intel i5 10400F series CPU, and the reason for that is that I believe at the moment this is one of the best CPUs you can buy budget-wise, considering price performance. Prices have gone down on it, and that's just because Intel 12 series has been released, so you've got a new series. And the advantages are this CPU is still being manufactured, although I think it's fastly approaching its end of life, and its price has been massively reduced. You can find it up to £129 on Amazon, and if you're lucky, £120 on eBay. Also, the motherboard for it comes quite cheap. It's LGA 1200, and you can buy Z490 motherboards as well for it. Now, why do I consider this is one of the best CPUs? Well, because of this price range, because it has been reduced, it's approaching end of life, and I believe that being a 10 series is relatively new. It's about 2 years old, and it's got plenty of features which allows a PC user to enjoy it for a couple of years. To give you quick specs on it before we do an unboxing, this CPU, I'm just gonna read from their database. So it was launched in 2020, so as I said, it's about 2 years old. 40 nanometer architecture as well, because this is what Intel has been using for the past years up to the latest architecture. The power consumption is really good, 65 watts. It's a 6-core 12-thread CPU, so compared to the 9000 series, this one has multi-threading enabled on it. The base frequency is 2.9 gigahertz. The boost frequency is 4.3 gigahertz. I'm expecting this CPU to stay within 4 gigahertz easily. Now, it's got 12 megabytes of cache. It can take up to 128 gigabytes of RAM. That's good to know. The processor maximum temperature is 100 degrees. It's a 64-bit one, and the rest of the bits we don't really care about it. And motherboard wise, I don't know about the B series, but definitely Z490 LGA 1200 motherboards, they will fit. Now, the advantages are, apart from price, you can still find it on online stores because it's still being sold. And as I said, I believe 6-core 12 threads at the moment is quite enough for a budget gaming CPU. You can also do streaming. I'm gonna be doing a live build later today with this CPU, and we're gonna be benchmarking a little bit just to see what it's capable of and just to see if it's still good for today. Also, I'm gonna pair this up with a GeForce 3050 series, which has been released today on the 27th of January, just to see how it behaves and stuff like that. Now, I'm gonna quickly do the unboxing, and I'll put the video online, and also we're gonna do a live build later on. Right, so one of the other advantages of this CPU, sorry, is that it comes with its own cooler. Obviously, you got the Intel spiel right here, and you've got the Intel sticker. Some of you might like it, some of you might use it, some of you don't care. Right, so as I said, it comes with its own cooler. Being a 65-watt CPU, it's not going to get too hot. I think it's going to draw up to, let's say, 80 watts or something like that. It can't draw much more than that. The cooler is a classic Intel cooler, no frills here. I think they've been using this model for like 10 years or something like that. You can find it on the 4000, 5000, and whatever series, 6000. It's not very beefy. It's aluminium based. It comes with its own pre-applied paste, but I don't recommend using this one because you don't know when it's been applied there. It might be hardened, it might be deteriorated, it's been exposed to air as well. So my recommendation would be strongly to remove this paste and apply a new one as well. So this being the cooler, no frills there. Let's set this one aside. Let's go to open the CPU itself. being a CPU, you know, and being an Intel one, they're all kind of like the same, to be honest. Gonna put this one aside. That's it. So the LGA socket from Intel means that the pins are on not on the CPU, the pins are on the motherboard, and I'll show you, I'll do a quick unboxing of its own motherboard, and we'll probably apply it. You can clearly see that it's not a massive CPU, it's quite light, and that's it pretty much. Now if you're opening this for the first time, avoid touching this side. Yeah, I'm sure you know that, but just for your knowledge, avoid touching it and leaving fingerprints, grease or thermal paste on it, because it might not boot, your system might not boot. That's my dog in the background, he's extremely happy for the postman. Right guys, so this being the CPU here, I'm gonna be doing some tests, and we're gonna see how good it is in 2022. Now, as a quick discussion, all I can say is I've looked at the synthetic benchmarks, and I hope this is the correct one. I looked at the synthetic benchmarks, and it's about 30% faster than the 9000 series, 30% faster than the 8000 series as well, and it's about 70% slower than the current series, because obviously the current series is a new architecture, it's built on 10 nanometers, it's a lot better performing than what we currently have, but it's also a lot more expensive. I believe a 12400 series CPU is about 200 pounds, this one is 120, and if you can find it with a bundle on the used market CPUs, you can probably get it, let's say 180 to 200 pounds. You can get a motherboard and a CPU. It's quite cheap, and I believe it's quite good. So yeah, follow me for the next videos about this CPU with the motherboard and a new GeForce 3050 series GPU. Cheers guys, see you around, bye.